Welcome in, everyone. How is it going? I hope everyone is having a great evening. Are we ready for some amazing racing tonight? Baku, a great circuit. It's going to be amazing. It is going to be extremely fun to watch and extremely fun to commentate over. And let's get into it. So let's go through the standings for the season so far. It's not how I like it, so it may change slightly just as we're going along. So here we are with the current driver standings for this season. I am just going to add in the... Okay. Give me just a moment. There we go. That just needs to go underneath. Sorry about this. It does look very unprofessional just for the moment. I need to change that very quickly. And then we'll be good to go. Extremely sorry for this. Just adding some blur onto the background. Just to make it look a bit more professional. There we go. So here are the current drivers' standings. So in first position right now we have Konyo. In second we have Dark Champion. In third we have Mike. In fourth we have Rapidi. Fifth is Alte. Sixth is Legend, who is a reserve driver. In seventh we have Vlad. Eighth is Ozcan. Ninth is Potato, and 10th is Pit. So here we go for the next standings. This is from 11th to 20th, I believe. So here we go. Let's just add this in right now. We should have blur on it already, and we will drag it down. So there we go. So in 11th position we have Troja Leggy. In 12th we have Tailman, who is a reserve driver as well. In 13th we have Reardor Felgen. In 14th we have Black Panther. In 15th we have Wilfred. 16th is Milan. 17th is Neverface. 18th is Replica. 19th is Lair. And in 20th position, last but very not least, Marius. Let's get on with the qualifying session for today. We are going to hop right into that right now. It's blurred, ignore that. And it looks like my streaming software has changed the size of everything, so I apologize for that. So here we go, let's get into the racing right now. So Milan is on his first lap by the looks of things. Here we go, we are on board with Milan right now. I don't think I've forgotten anything, so here we go. So he's on a flying lap. Let's see if there's anyone that is just about to pass the line. It looks like Pit could be. It's not. It's Reardor. Sorry for skipping down the line here. We've got Reardor just coming over the line right about now. And we'll see what time he puts in for his flying lap. It is a 1 minute 40.9. I don't believe that is the greatest time. I think from what I can remember, a good time around here is about a 1:38. Mike's just put in a 1:39.0. Rapidy puts in a 1:39.6, and Ozcam puts in a 1:40 flat. So let's see what all of our other drivers here at Race Spec can do. Wilfred comes up into 3rd position with a 1:39.9. And here comes Sebi with a 1:38.8 in that racing point, proving that he is a very good driver. I haven't seen him in this championship before, and I don't believe that he is on the standings, so this is a new driver, possibly a reserve, but let's see how it plans out. That is a 1:38.8. That is a very quick time. We've got Konyo up in the mix now in 5th, and we have Potato in 3rd. So let's have a look and watch our other drivers. Pit puts in a 1:43. Clearly not the best lap from him. I know that he can do much better, so let's see how much better he does get. So let's have a look in chat. Let's get some predictions for the qualifying results in the chat right now. It'd be nice to see what you guys, our viewers, think about this race right now. Who is going to win? Who is going to qualify in P1? Who is going to win the whole race? 2nd, 3rd? We want to know everything that you're thinking right now about this race. So who have we got? We've got Dark Champion here. He's just coming through, just coming down to the castle section right now. I don't think anyone else has set a better time than Sebi right now with that 1:38.8. I'm sure it's beatable. This is everyone's first lap, so by the looks of things, everyone is just adjusting to the circuit after their practice. They're getting used to this online session, and then they'll be ready to put in some amazing lap times tonight. So let's see what Champion can do. I'm going to keep an eye on the track map. Doesn't seem like anyone there is on a flying lap. There's a Haas right in front, which seems to be Mike. I'm not 100% sure. There's an AlphaTauri, possibly going for a flying lap. Nope, they've just gone into the pits. So let's see what Dark Champion can do. Obviously, we've got a Haas in front. Let's see who that is. That must be Replica. Maybe not. Maybe that was Mike, and he didn't put in a better time. But Champion goes into 6th position with a 1:39.9. That is a decent lap time. So let's go and watch. Here's Marius. He seems to be going into the pits. Let's watch Replica doing his flying lap here at Baku in Azerbaijan. Let's watch from this view. I do like the onboard view. That's just a natural thing for me. I apologize if I stay on it too much. If I stay on it too much, let me know tonight. I want to have the best racing and viewing experience for you guys tonight. So yeah. So here we go. Here's a Replica. I don't believe that the standings have changed at all at the moment. Vlad is in P10, Riador in 11th, and Pitt has gone down to 12th. Obviously, that wasn't his best lap. You can really tell. And I don't think he'll be happy with that lap at the moment. So here we go. Let's watch a Replica coming through the final sector. So here he comes down to the bottom of the hill. How fast is he looking right now? He's at a 1:17 right now. So he has about 20 seconds. Just about to get through this last sector of the track. He's flying through here. It's not hard to carry speed through there. It is flat out through that last section before you get onto the straight. Here he goes, trying to maximize his speed. It does not look like the fastest lap. He does have DRS here. And there's a 1:41.5, which puts him nowhere, because apparently that was an invalid lap. So he won't be too happy with that either. Let's have a look at Milan. Milan is currently on their fastest lap, or timed lap, sorry, in the Williams. Let's have a look and see how well he goes around this circuit. Alte has come up into 3rd position by the looks of things with a 1:39 flat. I don't think I've seen that. And he is just behind Mike at about 0.014 seconds. So that is 1/100th of a second slower. Okay, here we go. Here's Milan just coming around on his fast timed lap. It looks quick, but how quick will it be? Milan is known for being a relatively fast driver. Just coming into the DRS zone. DRS is activated. 138, 139, 140, 140.6, which puts him up into P11, which is a great lap for him. Here we go. Here is a replica going for another lap. Coming down onto the main straight. DRS is now activated. It doesn't look like a fast lap whatsoever, but it is a valid lap nonetheless, which puts him up into P14, one place ahead of Pitt. Looks like Pitt is going for a timed lap right now, but let's have a look at the Mercedes of Vlad. Here he goes for his full timed lap in his Mercedes. Let's have a look. Here he comes into T1, taking a nice line through there, using all the exit curb. Mike just set a new fastest lap for the session with a 138.4, taking out Sebi and putting him in his place in P2. So let's see if Vlad can beat some of these other drivers. Does say he's on a medium, but I believe that that is from his fastest lap. If I find... Okay, no, it does not show it. So these are the gaps to the leaders, or to the leader, sorry. So Pitt is 5.5 seconds slower than Mike in P1. He will go up the ladder of the positions into P11 right now, which puts him nicely very close to the top 10. I think that he will be able to get this time, but we'll find out soon. Here he comes. Vlad is coming into the final sector now, just coming down to the bottom of the hill. He needs to carry all the speed he can around this corner. Uses all the exit curb. There is a yellow flag, but that is due to someone slowing down or a faster driver. Troja goes up into P3, gets dropped down, and Sebi gets dropped down as well. The whole order is dropped down by Konyo, who comes in with a 138.8 in P2. So they will be on the front row of the grid. And Vlad comes in with a 139 flat and puts himself in P5, which is great for this driver right here. I've raced against Vlad before, and I know that he is a very smart, talented driver. Not using his DRS, but that would explain it because he has just done a full lap and doesn't need it. So let's have a look and see who else is on a lap right now. Riador looks like he's just coming around the final corner onto the straight. It's not going to be a fast lap. This does look like it will be an in lap. I'm looking for anyone here. So here we go. Here's Troja on a timed lap. Just coming to the top of the hill. Trying to get as much speed as he can. It does appear that he is going to completely back out of this lap. Let's have a look. Who else is on their timed lap? Alte is on an out lap, just coming around the final bend. So let's ride on board with Alte for his timed lap. DRS is now open. He's trying to get as much speed as he can down here. He wants to try and go as far over to the right without invalidating his lap. He does lock up very slightly on the entry, but carries it nicely through the corner. Hits the apex nicely there. Uses all that space on the outside of the track. Uses his DRS coming up the straight right here. Stays as wide as he can. You've got to go really close to that inside line. He didn't as much, but he did use as much of the exit as he possibly could. You don't want to go over that curb too much there. Use as much of the exit as you can. It's pretty much the same on every corner here. Just try and maximize that exit. You've got to go as close to the walls on the edge of the circuit here as you can. It did seem quite slow through there. I think he may back out of this lap. Let's have a look. I think he is still trying on this lap. Let's see if he can keep it going through the castle section here. Let's see if this can be a competitive lap time around here. He's going nicely around this circuit in this Renault right now. He does have complete control of the car. At some points it does seem like he's going rather slowly. He does hit the edge, and I believe that is an invalidated lap right there. Rapidi retires from the session. I'm not 100% sure what's happened to Rapidi. He was in the pits, so I'm guessing that he didn't have time, or he didn't have a reason to do another lap. He is down in P11 though. So I would expect a lot more from Rapidi. I know he is a very quick driver. Yeah, he's pretty good. I am not selling him too well there, but no, he is a talented driver. Every guy here is very talented. They are very quick people indeed. I could never keep up with these guys. I can guarantee I'd be down at the bottom of the pack. Right, most people now are on an outlap, or either in the pits. Let's follow Konyo around here. There seems to be an Alfa Romeo on their outlap. So here they are. Here's Riador going for a timed lap, I would say. Here we go. Yep. He's using all his DRS to get as much speed around here as he possibly can. Let me have a look and see if there is anyone on a different compound of tyre. Most people are using softs. There are a couple using mediums for their lap times. Baku is more accustomed to soft tyre usage. But yeah, mediums are sometimes slightly quicker, but as you can see, not here. The two people that have been using the medium tyres are down in 14th and 15th, so not the greatest choice here. Dark Champion and Alte have since retired, following Rapidi. Clearly not enough time to do another time lap for them. Seems like Alte will be happy with his start in P6. Mike has also retired. Looks like Riador loses it coming through the castle section, taps his rear end, which isn't the greatest for him. We've also got Troja here, coming onto his timed lap. Let's have a look and see if there's any Mercedes. Seems like Vlad is on his outlap. And then we've got Potato here coming down for his timed lap. 1:30. Here we go. Let's see if he can get an even better lap time. Just gets the DRS. And he is going into the pits. Then we're followed by Ozcan, who's also going into the pits. And then we have Vlad, who goes for the lap. Seems like okay, so he's on his outlap now. We've also got Troja coming around for his timed lap. And Riador is just coming into the pits now. So let's find a driver that is closest. Here we go. Here's Vlad. Vlad is just coming around through the first sector of the track here in Azerbaijan. Takes that corner very nicely. Here we go. Not going too wide on that corner. Taking it nice and shallow into that corner. I don't believe that is the right word. Here we go. Vlad has retired, and I'm assuming that all the other drivers will now retire. Replica is just coming down the hill. So let's have a look. He is not on a timed lap. So he will go into the pits after this. Although he should just retire because it makes the session a lot quicker for everyone. Due to when you go into the pits, it waits for the animation for you going into the pits and stopping before you actually get retired. So it is not the greatest thing for everyone here. Okay, I'm going to have a look in the Discord to keep you guys updated on any interesting news here. Nothing decent is happening. Nothing is going on. Okay, so that is qualifying over, everyone. Wilfred is having a bit of a weird moment here. Says he's in the garage. He needs to retire, which is weird, and also Marius needs to retire too. So let's see some predictions in the chat right now. I want to see who you guys I want to know who you guys think is going to win this race in Baku, because it's looking like a very interesting mix today. If the rain persists into the race, which I don't think it will, then we could be in for a very interesting race here today. So in P1 we have Mike, P2 is Konyo, P3 is Sebi, P4 is Troja, P5 is Vlad, P6 is Alte, P7 is Riro, P8 is Champion, P9 is Wilfred, and P10 is Ozcan. I'll let you guys read the others. So there we go. Here we go into the next session. So I will be right back with you guys as the race starts. We'll be back halfway through the formation lap. So here we go, and we'll be back in a minute. Thank you very much for watching. Welcome back from that very quick break, everyone. Here we go. We are just coming on to the very last part of our formation lap here at Baku. We're here for 26 laps of this amazing street circuit. Let's hope that this race goes swimmingly. We don't want any crashes, although they would be very interesting to watch here on the broadcast. But for the driver's sake, we're going to say we want a nice clean race. So here they come, just about to line up on the grid. Looks like Vlad has been disqualified from the formation lap. I believe from what I've seen on Discord, a conversation, well, a very short conversation, it seems like Alte may have touched the back of Vlad, which caused him to be disqualified. Obviously, we won't know till after the race. I may try and get some insight into that. Let's watch this race from the back. Let's watch from Replica's view right here at Baku. Well, okay, we're going to watch the red lights go out, and then we're going to switch straight to Replica to have a look. Okay, very interesting light sequence right there. And here we go. Starting at Baku. Coming up into P1. It seems like the whole field has gone into some sort of ghost mode, which is very strange. Pit seems to be up into P1, which isn't totally correct. Mike is actually up into P1. There has been a crash by the looks of things, but who is it? Seems like Vlad may have been caught up in that, but I can't tell because the whole leaderboard is just completely messed up right now. Let's have a look at the position change right here. Okay, this is very interesting. It is totally messed up right now, but Vlad is actually in last position right now. So Mike is up into P1. Here we go. He stayed there. Going up into the castle section. Mike clears it nicely. Here we go. This is where everyone's hopes and dreams go to die. The castle section at Baku. Everyone has made it through perfectly on the first lap, but I don't think that that will stay the same throughout the race. So here we go, just coming to the close of lap 1. By the looks of things, there haven't been any accidents or serious accidents. So it seems to be a good first lap at Baku today, which is very surprising for anyone watching and anyone that has any idea of what goes on here. Let's have a look at Marius right in the back. Seems like his AlphaTauri is rather slow compared to everyone else. Mike sets the fastest time here. And it looks like Konyo is up into first right now. We are now on lap 3. I have no idea what's going on. We started on lap 1, now we're lap 3. And some people are in the pits, so Marius, Rapidi, and Ozcan are all in the pits right now. Let's find the real first position, who seems to be Mike right now. But we have skipped a lap this race. I have no idea what is going on. And Konyo has now dropped back to P6. And Wilfred is in P1. But Dark Champion is now in P1. And now Mike is in P1 again. Okay, I'm very confused what's going on. The servers are glitching. And this is glitching a lot. The blue flag is being shown for Mike by the looks of things. That is very strange. As we all know, this game does have many glitches right now. And not glitches that you can fix easily. So we will have to see how it goes throughout the race. We are now on lap 2. We have gone back a lap. We're going to have to guess what lap we're on the whole time, I'll be honest. But currently we are on lap 2 officially. Nothing else has happened. Obviously these guys are racing. Like I said, we will find out what happened between Alte and Vlad on the formation lap. In the game, the formation lap doesn't matter too much. It doesn't have a purpose, essentially. It is purely for realism. There is no benefit of doing the formation lap or not. You don't get a penalty or anything, so the formation lap is just a free lap to do whatever you like, really. It appears that there is a lot of a mess going on here. Alte seems to have come into the pits, and so has Konyo. There has been some contact between some drivers so far, but it is hard to see. So let's have a look and look for a good battle here. We're going to go for the interval and find some close ones. Looks like Milan has just overtaken Replica here. Let's have a look at Ozcan back here. Coming after the McLaren of Rapidi. Can he get him somewhere in the circuit? That is one problem with Baku, is the fact that it is a very thin circuit. And it is hard to overtake in some places. He does overtake Rapidi, but Rapidi does get the cutback. Just about. Let's watch here from Ozcan's point of view. He does turn in very late, which gives Rapidi a bit of an edge. And he also goes over the curb, which slows him down quite a bit. Let's go and have a look at Troja here, going after his teammate Sebi in the racing point. He has lost a bit of time out there, but we'll find out whether he gets the he will get the DRS down the straight. It's not open just yet. He is getting a lot of speed down here. He has got DRS, and by the looks of things, Sebi does not. He was not behind for the DRS activation point, for the detection zone, should I say. So he will not get that. Let's look for some more close matches here. Dark Champion just behind Riador. Champion in the Ferrari, chasing this Alfa Romeo in front. He will get the DRS here. DRS does open, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to catch up to this Alfa in front. He goes late on the brakes, almost locks up, and tries to go as quick as he can around that corner. But it just doesn't pay off. He does go too slow. He is slowly dropping back from the Alfa Romeo in front. He locks up again. It doesn't look too promising. But they are very evenly matched. Let's have a look at this fight between the two Mercedes. P6 through 9 are very close. P5 through 9, sorry, are rather close to each other. This is going to be a battle for a few cars here. Everyone else seems to be rather spread out. So let's watch all of these guys come through here. We're gonna watch Potato just to get a good view of everyone around him. He's up 4 positions right now. Let's have a quick look at the pit stops here. So the 5 people in the back of the grid right now have done a stop so far. Let's watch these guys come down the pit straight. Potato will have the DRS, but Pit will also have the DRS in front. So Pit tries to get a move done on Champion there, but just does not have the speed to get him down the straight. Let's watch Pit. Here we go. Pit will have the DRS on Champion here, but Champion will not have it. Pit will get the inside line down here. He will completely overtake Champion. Will Champion go for a move? He will not. Pit moves up into P6 and is closing in on Riador rather fast. Another driver here, Pit, that I've raced against. Very talented once again. Very fast, very smart. He knows when to make moves. He is a great driver behind the wheel of this Alfa Romeo right now. Let's see if Vlad can catch up to his Mercedes teammate Potato. No one has gone into the wall here in the castle section. Let's see what Vlad can do in this Mercedes right now. Followed by Milan, but not very closely. Seems like Ozcan is catching Rapidi very slightly, but not too much right now. So this is about a 1 minute 40 lap around here, around the circuit. There is a yellow flag in sector 3. Does look like the racing point of Sebi has crashed. Sebi does have a puncture, a rear right puncture. He does get DRS to get him back to the pit straight, to get him into the pits, but that will not be enough. And it also looks like Vlad has just gone into the pits for the hard compound of tire, by the looks of things. Let's have a look. Is it the hard compound? It is. So Sebi is behind as well. So let's go and find an interval. Here's Pit chasing down Riador. Let's have a look. Pit knows when to make a move. He knows where he can make the move. He is a very smart driver. He knows exactly what he's doing and when he does it. He has the mentality to win races. Usually he just something unfortunate happens. I know that before in the global races, Pitt has had an unfortunate end, and Reardor loses the rear end in the castle section, hits the wall and gets some wing damage there. So Potato is behind Pitt, just coming through, coming down into the third sector, just reaching the top of the hill. Staying nicely on top of that curve and going nice and wide, as wide as you can go really there. Champion is catching up to Reardor here. Does seem like Reardor will be losing a few places now. These drivers will not hold back. Reardor does lose it slightly. It does seem like he does have a lot of wing damage, a lot of aero damage in general. But they are both going into the pits. So let's watch Milan right here. We could watch Potato, which is what we're going to do now. We're going to stick on this first sort of group of the cars here. They are very close. This is close racing for everyone right now. And the second half of the grid does seem very spread out, so there will not be interesting racing back there. Altair is up into P8. Chasing down Replica in the Haas. This Renault is rather quick. Doesn't really have a disadvantage. I believe all the cars are set to equal power in this session. But, ooh, okay. Altair was very close, but he did lose the rear end slightly. Okay, here we go. Replica also loses the rear end. Will Altair make a move here? This isn't the sort of place that you do make a move, but if you can, a driver will go for it. Here we go, coming up into the castle section. Altair narrowly misses the wall on the right hand side of the circuit. So this seems like it could be a very long battle here for these two drivers. Rapidi and Ozcan have gained a few positions due to people pitting and things like that. So Sebi here is chasing down Marius. Marius in the Alpha Tauri, and Sebi in the Racing Point. On the hard compounded tyre, let me have a look and see what tyre everyone is on. So most people here are on the hard compounded tyre. There's a few mediums. Now there is no softs whatsoever. Wilfred just changed. So Mike, Troger, and Wilfred are now in the pits. I believe they're just exiting now. So will Sebi have... Sebi does have DRS here. We're going to keep it on the tyre, just so that we can see what's going on here. So here we go. Marius goes wide. Doesn't brake in time. Misses out. So Pitt is now up into P1 right now. I believe that he is still on the same compounded tyre that he started on. He will have to switch at some point. My guess would be that he is going to switch to the softs near the end of the race. Try and stay on this as much as possible, and then possibly go for a fastest lap on the soft tyres at the end of the session. That would be a smart move from him. Try and get that extra point. Even if he doesn't get top 3, then he will get a fastest lap and get that extra point on the board for Alfa Romeo today. Here we go, here's Potato. Chasing down Pitt, only 6/10 down. There is a yellow flag in Sector 2. It seems like it could be this castle section. Who was it? It could have been Ozcan, I feel like. Because Ozcan does have damage. So I believe that that could have happened there. Once again, we'll have to find that out. Piece of wing there on the side of the track. Here we go. We're going to ride on board with Potato chasing down Pitt. Let's see what he can do here. Let's see if he can get Pitt down the straight here. He doesn't. He backs off nice and early. Giving Pitt a bit of a lead going into that corner though, as he does let off. He did not want to cause a crash, which is fair enough, but he did lose some time there, which will affect him slightly. There is a yellow flag in Sector 1. There is Ozcan in the pits going on to the inters. He is retired from the session. Okay, that would make a lot of sense. I don't know why he went on to the inters. Very strange. Maybe it was an accident. But he is officially out of the session. Let's have a look here at Wilfred chasing down Troja. I don't think that he's a very quick driver. Nothing against that. But not one of the faster drivers in this session right now. Let's have a look at Mike trying to gain back his P1. Let's watch this Haas driver come through here. If I go silent, I'm just writing down some things to ask the drivers on the podium. At the end of the session, we will be having interviews with the top 3 drivers. I'll ask them about their race, about things that happened in the race, and see how it went for them in general. Let's have a look. Potato has just overtaken Pitt, but Pitt will be taking it back, going into T2. He will get the DRS down the straight, but Potato does get that extra speed out of turn 2. Sebi has just gone up into P11. Here he goes. Looks like Replica has DNF'd, but where? I can't see. Virtual safety car. Here we go. We have a virtual safety car. It seems like Replica was on the pit straight. He may have lost the rear end, so we have a virtual safety car right now. This will be a good time to show you guys the standings again. So here we go. Here are the first standings. So this, and a Potato just crashed into the castle section going at about 60 miles an hour, which is very, very little. So yes, in first we have Konyo, second is Champion, and third is Mike, and I'll show you guys the second standings just while we're going through this right now. Here we go. And now we'll go back to the racing. So here we go. This will be a good time for me to write some stuff down. While there's not much action happening in the race, we do still have a safety car. Drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car for Sebi. The safety car is now gone. We do not have a virtual safety car anymore. Sebi will not be happy with that drive-through penalty. It may not have been intentional, but it happened, and the in-game stewards will decide. I don't think that he will go against that to the stewards, but we'll find out sometime after the race. So yeah, Potato's in the pits right now after the crash in the castle section under the safety car. He did just get some damage on in the front right of his wing, but that will cause him a lot of trouble through the corners here. You do need quite a lot of downforce. Let's watch Vlad here try and keep up with Rapidy. Okay, here we go. Let's see if any positions have changed right now. Sebi is in the pits right now for his drive-through penalty, which is a shame. I've never got one, but I can imagine how he's feeling right now. It's not the kind of thing that you want to see in your race. He was really far up in the standings for this race, but sadly for him, it's not gone his way today. He can still pull it back this race. But we'll find out. So here we go. Let's watch Mike trying to fight Pitt here, coming along the pit straight. Here we go. Does he have the speed down the straight. So he's about half a second behind. He will have DRS. There has been a yellow flag. Alte has gone into the wall. On the hill. We'll find out what happened to him. Konyo has just set the fastest lap in the AlphaTauri at 1:43.1. Alte does seem to have a lot of damage. Mike has gained P1 back from Pit. But Pit does look like he's going to go for the outside line here to get the inside line for the next corner. He doesn't quite get it. Mike does pull slightly across to defend. So here Pit goes coming down. He doesn't have as much speed going through there. Champion gets the new fastest lap at a 1:42 flat in the Ferrari. Riador has just gone up a position. Alte has gone into the pits now after that accident. So it seems like Pit is the only one on the hard tyre, or the same tyres as when he started. It's 11 laps. Still in the hards. I feel like it could be the best way to do it. Would just be going hard then soft for the compound today. Okay, here we go. Will Pit will not be close enough to Mike right now to get that DRS down the straight. Everyone seems to be very, very spread out right now. Let's come and watch Sebi overtake Alte at some stage. Sebi is a rather quick driver around Baku tonight. So I believe that he will gain some positions rather quickly, as long as he can drive cleanly and concisely. That doesn't make sense perfectly. Okay, here we go. So that would have been okay, here we go. Is there anyone else rather close? It doesn't look like it. It seems like this could be the battle to watch right now. Sebi try and climb his way up the standings in this race. Everyone is quite spread out this race. Okay, here we go. Sebi is catching up. He's about half a second behind right now. Catching this Renault in front rather quickly. Let's ride on board with him just for a second. Everyone else is rather spaced out still. Sebi's coming down. Takes that corner very nicely. Trying to stay in the slipstream of Alte in front. Alte does get the run out of the corner most times. He's still got it. But will Sebi try and go up the inside? He will not. It wouldn't be a great place to do it. Definitely not. Here we go up into the castle section. Will Alte make it through? And will Sebi make it through? They will both make it through nice and cleanly. Sebi taking a nice wide line. I don't think that is within the track limits. He'll probably get a warning for that one. Here we go, Wilfred. Let me have a look and see if there's any warnings right now. Or any penalties. Incidents, here we go. It does show any incidents here. Here we go, we've got a few exceeding track limits from Sebi. And it just goes down here. I didn't know that the game had this. That would be nice to know. But after the race, here we go. Sebi seems to be very close to Alte right now. He does have DRS. They're going down the main straight. He's going to take the inside line into T1. He's going to push Alte nice and wide, possibly into the barriers. He did not. He's a nice clean driver. Into turn 2. He gets the run. But he does not have DRS like Alte does. He's going to defend the inside line. But he gets pushed by Alte, who backs out, but not enough. Alte will go up the inside, but Sebi will have the inside line for the second corner. He does lock up a bit, but he does get the run out of the corner on Alte, making that very interesting. But now he's got an extra 17 seconds to make up to get to rear door in front. So how well will it work? We don't know. Alte does go up the inside. That was a very questionable move from him. How's it going to go into the castle section? We do have an I am stupid from Sebi. Let's we'll have to write that down and we'll get a possibly an insight into that after the race. We may question a few drivers, obviously not in a call or anything. That's just for the people that are on the podium, but we may ask him and see what happened. Let's have a look at the intervals. There's not much to look at the moment. Everyone seems to be on one stop, apart from the people from P10 downwards. Pit still hasn't pit. There we go, Sebi's just gone into the pits. That was very close. Alte has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings right now. So that is 3 seconds he's got to stay ahead of someone. For example, Sebi. Sebi is on his 3rd pit right now. He's just getting a new front wing after the accident on the medium tires, fresh mediums. So Pit is on the hard tires still. Konyo seems to be catching up to Pit here. He will have DRS, so he will go up into P2 down the straight here. He's going to take the outside line, which he knows he can get from Pit. He did have the speed going down there. So let's see what he can do. Can Pit bring it back on Konyo? Who knows? It does seem like Konyo will get the run out of that corner, turn 2. That isn't really much to see right now. Alte is catching Marius by the looks of things, but I'm not 100% sure he does. Sebi has left the session. It does seem like he may have been slightly annoyed with his luck this race. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Here we go. Alte will try and get the run on Marius down the straight. He has got it nicely, so into T1. Marius doesn't brake late or anything. Here we go, Marius is right there. There is a very large gap between cars right now. Seems like Rhapsody and Wilfred could be a good race here. Let me see if anything is going on. Doesn't seem like anyone has said anything. Okay. Here we go. Rhapsody is 1.7 seconds behind. Can he catch up to Wilfred? It seems like he will. He has been gaining a decent amount of time. Sebi's joined, so it looks like it may have been some sort of crash or disconnection. We'll have to find out after the race. I'll ask all the drivers after the race what happened in each situation. Obviously, I haven't been writing them down, so we will get answers after the race for everyone that is watching and everyone that wants to know the same as me. It'll be nice to have some closure and know what actually happened this race. So Pit is down in 8th. He's gone onto the softs. Like I said, he probably would. He will probably go for fastest lap of the race. But lots of people did start on the soft tyres, apart from Pitt, so let's see what he does with these, see how many positions he gains. It's not exactly showing an interval right now. I think that it may have glitched again, but I'm not sure. I really don't know what's going on here. There is no interval right now. I'm gonna have to guess on distance right now, so Rapidi is catching up. I'm gonna have to look at the map just to guess an interval right now. It will be fun to watch though. Rapidi, I don't know how much time he's losing or gaining. Does look like he's losing time again. This is a rather spaced out race. There isn't much happening right now. So we will wait until some drama possibly happens. Okay, so there is something going on between Marius and Alte right here. They do seem very close on track. Is Marius going to catch up with Alte? It doesn't seem very likely at the moment. He is losing time on every corner. He has gained a slight advantage here through that corner, but still over a second. If he can gather some more time, we will find out. Okay, so I think we may be able to make this a bit easier for everyone watching right now. We have Ozcan in chat. I'm sorry if I'm not saying your name right, but we have you in chat, and there is something that we would like to know. So you went onto the intermediate tires in the pits. What happened there? I'm assuming that was some sort of mistake. It was weird. I think he needs a safety car. Safety car would be really good here. But what happened in your race? Obviously, we don't want to stir anything up, but it would be nice to know what happened. So let's have a look at the gaps right now. Wilfred is very close to Troja right now. He's having a good race today here at Baku. He will not have any sort of DRS going up onto the pit straight here. Here we go. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. So that is the AlphaTauri of Marius has gone into the wall in the castle section. We do have a safety car now, so this should stir things up a bit. Everyone will be a lot closer to each other. So let's have a look and see where everyone is. So it does look like the safety car is going to be... I'm not 100% sure where everyone is. So it does look like Riador. Okay, Riador is just going to the pits. Then we have Milan in the pits now. It's just coming out. He won't be behind the safety car. You made a mistake and fitted the wrong tire. There we go, everyone. That is something that I can tick off here on my list of things that have happened. That is really unfortunate. That is something that no one wants to happen. So, but you've got what you want here. Alte will be getting closer to every other driver under the safety car right now. That will be good for a few drivers and not so good for others. It should stir up the mix of it. Everyone will be a lot closer together. Should make the start very interesting. So we'll have a look here. So everyone will be lining up behind the safety car. So Alte will be going past it, obviously. That makes sense. So let's get this. Let's get this safety car out of the way. Get the racing a lot more interesting. So here we go. Mike is just coming up behind the safety car. So he'll be chilling right out. And relaxing just for a minute. But the thing is, this isn't going to be as good for Mike as it will be for other drivers such as Alte. Obviously, he did have a good lead over everyone else. And now he's stuck behind a safety car. So not the greatest thing for Mike's race right now. But it should make it a lot more interesting for everyone here watching the broadcast. Just gonna go through here. Okay, right. So while we're under the safety car right now, we are going to go on here, and we are going to view the standings right now. So here we go. Here are the driver standings right now. For the previous race. So this is up to date. Obviously it's not today's race included. It's not even over. So here are the standings for P1 through 10 for the season. And here we go, moving on to 11 through 20. So here are your driver standings for the season so far. And we will get back into the racing right about now. Okay, ignore me right there. Misclick. Very, very professional of me. Here we are back into the safety car right now. Sebi has been disqualified from the session for ignoring a yellow flag. So he won't be very happy right now. This does seem like his AI. Will he go into the pits here, or is he just gonna keep going? Nope. He's been giving a drive-through penalty for falling too far back as well. But it did say he was disqualified, which is interesting. I don't quite know what's happened here. This is unfortunate for Sebi right now. Let's have a look. Don't know how long the safety car will be out for. Possibly next lap. So not, it won't come in at the end of this one, but I think it will come in at the end of the next lap. Okay, everyone is nicely packed together. This will make for a nice restart. We got Rapidi in the midfield in the McLaren. We got Vlad in 8th, and we got Milan 9th. So we've got Alte back here in 12th, who needs to catch up to the pack. He should be there by the end of this lap, hopefully. If not, next lap. But we will find out when the safety car is coming in soon. It should be very soon if it's this lap, but I believe it will be next lap. Okay. So I don't believe it will be coming in this lap because we still need Sebi to catch up. Whether he is in the race or not anymore, I don't know. I would guess that he probably is, because he would have been kicked out by now. And it would show him as grey. And by the looks of things, he is still driving the car. It is not an AI. So we will wait and see. So safety car is not coming in this lap. Michael would be slowing down a lot more here. He would be slowing right down before the restart. Safety car is in this lap, as I've just seen. So Sebi is really far back, but also Alte hasn't got the chance to catch up here. Konyo gets a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Potato. I don't think he's got damage here, Potato, but we'll find out. And there's been a yellow flag in Sector 2. So that's Sebi. Sebi seems to have quit the session or retired. Well, that's an interesting thing that I wasn't expecting to see. I believe that he was disqualified under the speeding under the yellow flag, and also when he had the drive-through for falling back too far. But here we are again racing. So Konyo is up into P2, chasing down Mike, who is on 13 lap old hard tires. So here we go. We're gonna follow everyone through here. Everyone has made it through nicely. No one has crashed going through the castle section there. Here we go. Mike is just coming down. Let's all watch for any gaps that are extremely close here. So Konyo may try and make a move on Mike here. He's a very good driver. Vlad has just gained some time on Rapidi, and Milan has also taken the position from Rapidi. So Rapidi now drops down to 9th position in the race right now. Dark Champion is very close behind him. Riador is very close behind Dark Champion. It's going to be a drag race down the main straight. They will both have DRS here. They won't, sorry, due to the safety car only coming in the last lap. They are very close down into T1. Alte does take the inside line. It does seem to go nice and smoothly through there. Nothing drastic has happened, and Konyo is up into first. Looks like Mike has gone into the barrier or something. Down into turn 2, which now puts Konyo up into P1. We have Troja in P2, and we have Pitt in P3. So they are our 3 provisional podium sitters right now on lap 23. Okay, here we go. We are on to the final 3 or 4 laps. So it seems like 5 minutes ago, Konyo has put into the Discord they will not be available for an interview after the race. And that was even before he was on the podium here. So he did predict that pretty well. He didn't say that he was going to get one, but that is very fortunate and unfortunate at the same time. But it is very unfortunate for Mike here. Mike has now retired from the session. Konyo does get a new lap time. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 3, but that will be Mike's car, as he did just retire from the session, from the race. Let's see if we can get any inside of that. So Sebi did have a puncture, which is unfortunate for him. So we will try and get as many interviews as we can after the race. Obviously Konyo will not be available. So that is annoying for us, but we will work with what we've got. We will be going so P4 will be invited for an interview. Let me just let them know. Okay, here we go. Here we go, everyone in the broadcast. We are on to the final 2 laps. Konyo just got a new fastest lap with a 140.9. Let's have a look here. So we've only got 11 drivers. We've had 5 drivers either be disqualified in Sebi's case or retire from the race. Do we have any close intervals here? We do have Rapidi, Milan, and Potato very close. Riador was a bit further behind. I don't know what's happened to Riador here. Seems like he may have been very slow through T1. There's a couple of them here that do have DRS, Rapidi and Milan, that we are riding on board with right now. Let's watch Rapidi in front. Rapidi gets the position on Potato in that Mercedes. The McLaren goes up into P6 right now. Let's have a look at Vlad up here. It doesn't seem like he's going to be catching up anytime soon. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2 with the Mercedes of Potato, who has gone into the wall. Lap 25. He has lost his 7th position, which is unlucky. Multiple warnings for rear door with a 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look and see what happens going on to the final lap. Here we go. I don't think the Potato will retire. I do feel bad for him. It does seem like he's paused the game, which is very unlucky for him. I do feel extremely bad for him right now. It's not the sort of thing that you want to happen on the second to last lap of your race, but there's not really much you can do about it. That is the way that I think about it. If something happens, you can't change what happened, so just deal with it. It's a bit of a full-on way of thinking about it, but it is the truth. You can't change the past, so why have a go, you know? So here we go. We are on the final lap. Let's ride on board with Konyo right now, coming very close. Potato has in fact retired. Here we go, coming up into the castle section. We now have Troja in P2. Perfectly executed. Then we have Pitt in P3 right here. Goes through the castle section nicely. So does Vlad. So does Wilfred. Here we go, Rapidi going up into the castle section. Nice. Here we got Alte. This is the final castle section. Everyone's come through perfectly. Let's see if Reardor can make it too. Everyone has made it through the castle section perfectly. Here we go. Konyo has secured the win here at Baku for AlphaTauri, mimicking Gasly's win at Monza. Two AlphaTauris, sorry. Pitt gets a 3-second time penalty, which would put Vlad up into P3. Konyo has got a 5-second time penalty as well, but Troja was more than 5 seconds behind. Unless Konyo has got another time penalty, we'll find out after the race, and we'll see the final standings. Here we go. So that is our final standings for the race. We just need Reardor here to finish. There we go. That is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix over. That was a very laggy and very glitchy. So Pitt is driver of the day at Baku. Congratulations to Pitt right now. He drove very well tonight. Here we go. Congratulations to these guys on the podium today. So here we go. So in first position, we have Konyo. In second position, we have Troja Leggy. In third position, we have Vlad. In fourth position, we have Wilfred. In fifth position, we have Pitt. In sixth, we have Rapidi. Seventh is Champion. Eighth is Milan. Ninth is Alte. 10th is Reardor. And you can see the rest here. Most of them are DNFs apart from Potato and P11, who apparently finished. But we will have a look. Here we go. So we are going to invite these guys to join. Let me just take a screenshot here so that I can see who has actually won the race and what positions everyone's come, so I can just remember that really quickly right now. Let me just take a quick screenshot there. There we go. So we will be back in just a moment, everyone. We will be back for some interviews, and I will see you guys then. Okay, welcome back to the stream. This next screen is going to be slightly messed up. Just bear with me. Obviously everything has resized on my OBS. Just do that right now. Let me add in the game, and then we'll be all good to go. So we have everyone in the call right now. We are just waiting for me, as I'm extremely unorganized, or disorganized, sorry. Let me just set this up for showroom. So who was first? I believe that it was a Racing Point. Let me double check. Here we go. Let me find the screenshot again. As I said, very disorganized. Right, so let's get an insight into the race right now. So in first, obviously that was Konyo, but in second position we had Troja. Let's see how his race went. Okay, we should be all good now. We're gonna speak to Troja first. Sorry if I'm butchering your name.
Okay, Droger.
So how did the race go for you? How easily was that, or how easy was that second place for you?
It was a good race. I think it wasn't very hard for me, and I just had to come in as a second place.
Yeah.
And I hope to be in first place soon.
Yeah, definitely a good race for you. Obviously a nice amount of points for that race. That is good. Right,
Yeah.
we will speak to Vlad now and go on next.
Yep.
Right. So
Hello.
how was the race for you? What was it like? Was it difficult?
Uh, Good, but on the first lap I was last. It was an incident there, and
Yeah.
after
So
a chaotic race, that safety car saved me, and I was lucky not to get a front wing damage. And
what was the incident between you and Alte on the formation lap? Was that just a tap from behind, or?
yes, I don't know what happened. Uh,
No,
I was
that's fair enough.
yes. I
Okay.
was just going normal, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. You can't always avoid things like that. So we'll speak to
Yeah.
Pitt now.
Yeah.
In to fourth position. Obviously we couldn't get Konyo in here. But how was the race for you? Obviously you did get I believe a 5-second penalty, which took you from second place. No, it was 3-second penalty. Sorry.
Yeah, it was 3-second one.
So how was the race for you? I don't know where you started. I think it was rather close to the front of the pack.
Nah, I was actually like P14 because I actually thought it wouldn't rain. So I was like, yeah, I got time for a flying lap on soft. And then just rain came and my traction just said, see you later. And my lap just went.
Yeah.
Could have been, I know, like a 138 close to the top. But yeah, started P14.
Yeah, that's something that I noticed here. Is the fact that obviously I know you as a rather quick driver, and you just weren't putting in the lap time, so obviously that explains that. There's loss of traction, things like that.
I mean, we and me and my friends checked the game to see like the weather.
Yeah.
And it was all clear, like, yeah, nice clean race, no rain. And then just suddenly when I left the pits, it was starting to rain, and that was just disaster for me.
Yeah. So obviously it was a clean race. Mostly we did have a couple of accidents in the castle section. I don't believe any of you guys were involved in those.
I might have been involved in some accidents with myself a couple of times.
Yeah, I
That's
did
why
see
I
you go
had to
into the
pit early.
pits a couple of few laps earlier than you would have liked.
Yeah, that kind of ruined me because I actually wanted to go in lap 18, and lap 18 was exactly the lap of the safety car, so that would have been a perfect timing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, like those things always happen in races. You can't always stop them, and yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming in the interview. Wasn't anything special, but
Yeah,
I
thank you.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
It's alright.
See you.
See you guys next race.
You.
Yes.
Yep.
See you later.
Right, well, thank you to everyone who has watched the stream tonight. We appreciate every single one of you that have been watching the races here at Race Spec. We greatly appreciate everyone. If you would like to join the league, you can go down into the description of this live stream right now, and you can click a link, I believe, and that will take you to the sign up form, and you can get signed up there. I don't know how many positions we have on like full seats right now, but I know that there are reserve seats for most regions and leagues, minor leagues. That's what I mean, like regional and global. So thank you to everyone who's watched tonight, and we will see you guys in the next race. We have one more oversized screen right here, and we are all good for the rest of the season. So next week, I'm not sure what track we're in next week. I can quickly check for you guys right now. Find out whereabouts it is. Here we go. So for the next season, or for the next race this season, we are in Canada. So the Canadian Grand Prix will be interesting. Let's see how many of our champions crash into the wall of champions. And we will see you guys for another broadcast of the Euro Tier 1 race next week. So thank you everyone for watching, and have a great night, day, whatever time it is for you right now. And we will see you